You know, I'm really torn all the time. It's toxic talking about what they did to me, right? It's toxic reliving what they did to me. It's toxic talking about it, rehashing it. But yet, the advocacy work, you know, educating other people, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna go for a walk and do a video when I get home. But and I kind of don't want to do it, but um, it's toxic reliving this trauma, what they've done to me. But also advocacy is really important too, and it's a whole different ball game when you can walk away from this and start to lick your wounds and get better. They say your best revenge is to heal, right? And it's awful talking about it. But when I was literally tortured by doctors with medications and being long-term misdiagnosed. I mean, literally tortured. That's no exaggeration. And there was nobody for me to run to. There was nobody to educate me. There's no one to help me through this. When I was going through this for years and years and years, when I decided to wean off the medications, there was nobody talking about this anywhere. There may have been Peter Bregan was around and maybe doing work, but I'd never heard of him. I've never heard of anybody weaning off of medications to save themselves, which is what I did, right? I weaned off of medications to fight for my life. It's what they did to me was just literal torture and trauma. And I was trapped with these doctors who were delusional. And I was so drugged up and uneducated, and I knew something was wrong, and I really couldn't tell if they literally didn't know what they were doing, or I started to suspect that all these medications were harming me in different ways. I wasn't sure. I knew I was being misdiagnosed for decades. I knew that. And, I mean, these are powerful people. They're medical doctors who tell you they're so sure that they're right, that they know what they're doing. They're telling you that they're experts. And you think you're wrong. And you're uneducated, and you're on, more than a half a dozen drugs. And in the end, I was right. And there was no one for me to run to. That's why advocacy is so important, because there's nobody there. There's not. I mean, when I was going through this, there was nobody telling the truth. There was nobody helping people. And now, there's a couple people out there, but everyone's calling them and I crazy. It's hard for people to believe that we're speaking the truth, because it sounds so outrageous. You're weaning off of medications to fight for qualified health care? You're weaning off of medications to fight for your life? You're weaning off medications to get your mind and your health back? What do you mean medications are harming you in so many different ways? I've never heard of anybody talk like that in my life. I just wrote a post. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to make a video when I get home. I'm going to read it to you. And it's so triggering to me, but it's also super important that I get my story out. Because what they did to me was outrageous. And it's a miracle that I survived what they did to me. And how many other people are they doing it to? And these people and their families are being told that the person is mentally ill, and they're literally harming the person, drugging them and harming them, physically harming them, torturing their physical health. It's hard because I'm trapped between these two worlds. It's a whole different story if I could heal and move on with my life. But I'm not getting better. That's the thing.